to the Elements of Improv. I'm Andy. And we are Defiant Monkey Improv, bringing you another in a series of short videos talking about different elements of improv. Now, last time we talked about Mime, and we promised you that this time we were going to be giving you an Improvicize episode where we gave you some exercises that you could do in your practices to improve that particular skill. So, hang on a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ow. I was in a box.
Yes, you was.
I was in a glass box.
It's all 'cause she's
I
got
used
the
up my
shirt.
hair. I got on my French mime shirt.
First one we're going to talk about is object pass. Now, this is typically done in a circle. You can be seated, you can be standing. Seated is usually best because it'll take a while. The person running the exercise will start by picking up an imaginary ball of clay or schleck, whatever it is. And then you'll take it and you will form it into something and then hand it to the next person,
Oh, thank
who
you.
will then use it to show that they know what it is. And then, in a fit of disrespect for what you've created, they will mush it up. At that point, they will take it and they will create something new. And then they will hand that to the next person, who will also use it, and then smush it up and make something new until it goes around the rest of the circle.
Aw, Duncan.
Sorry. This is great just for having everyone take their time to do the mime.
People sometimes really rush their mime. Sometimes I do too. But that leads to vague items. And when you do object pass, it forces you to be clear enough so you can use it and then pass it, and the person next to you can use it. So then they're clear on what it is too. And nobody has to use anything for long. And one of the tricks also is that the whole group keeps coming up with different things. So the bigger your group, oh, how exciting, the weird things you'll get. And they don't have to be things that can be made out of clay. The clay is just it's a metaphor. So they could be animals, they could be whatever you want.
What else can they do?
They can use what's there.
What?
That is, you get a location. So pick a location that might have stuff in it, like an office. Why don't we go to an office cubicle? There's a horrible place to be. Now, all of your improvisers, we have two, so this wouldn't work great for us. We just have to keep cycling through. So if you have a bunch of improvisers, this works terrific. So you have an office cubicle, and the first person will come in and use an item in there. Now, they may use more than one item anyway, but there's one that is the focus of everything. You really don't want to try to use more than one because other people are going to be using items. So if I did one of these, and then I leave. So I did something. Now Andy's going to come in and use one of the things that I used to show that he's got it. Yeah, baby, he's got it. So he didn't use it the exact same way, and now he's got to use some other item. Then the next person would come in, use the first item in a different way. Then use the second item, also in a different way. And then use a third item in some way. And then keep going. Everybody goes through. I'm not using my third item. Whatever. So then everybody goes through. First of all, you have to be clear enough with your mind that everybody after you can recognize it and use it. At the end of this, everybody says what their things were. Try to remember. And you see that if it stayed true to the beginning one. So makes you be nice and clear about it. Secondly, makes you have object permanence so that people will recognize where you put it down, and they will put it down somewhere, and people have to, 3, really pay attention to what's going on. So that's a good one, because bad mime is being rushed, vague, and not paying attention. So good mime is what this game is called. Use what's there.
And keep in mind, this is not done like the game of Simon, where people come in and do the exact same thing, try to repeat those patterns.
No.
You're coming in and you're using these items in a different way.
Yes. So if you have a lot of improvisers, it can get pretty weird with the stapler.
Yeah. Little strategy tip here: if you're asking for volunteers, go first.
Yeah, there you go. If you have a faulty memory, so there you go.
All right. What else can they do, Karen?
They can make something in the kitchen.
Ooh.
So you send up your improvisers, and it's their kitchen. No matter how many improvisers you have, it's not the same as use what's there. It is their own kitchen, wherever it is. We're just watching a tiny scene where they're making something. So each improviser will silently, in their heads, where you think of stuff, is think of something you want to make, and then they go into the kitchen. Their refrigerator is where they put it. The stove is where they put it. Cabinets are where they put it. They should be thinking about the audience, of course, and not turn their back and make everything behind there. It kind of ends up a galley kitchen a little bit, but it's where they want it. Then they make their thing, and when they're done, they eat it, leave the room with it or whatever, and the rest of the improvisers have to see if they figured out what it was that they made. So
why would they do that?
Why would they try to figure it out?
No. Why would we do this exercise?
Why would we do this exercise? Because, again, rushing mime. If I just like, plop, plop, moo, burr, flop, flop, plop,
It's a sandwich.
Yeah, it is. But it was rushed. And while your improvisers will probably get it, your audience might not. They don't see mime as much as you do. So if you want to make an extra layer of entertainment, and if you guys are not in a timed game, a scene where you're talking about something and you happen to be in a kitchen and you happen to be making something while you're having a completely different discussion, take your time. You take out that bread, you undo the twist tie, you lay that out on a plate and everything. You open the package, and so everybody can get it. So taking your time, being clear, and also, again, object permanence. The fridge is where you put it. Every improviser, though, may change up how it looks. A good rule of thumb is to picture a room you know. You might have to modify. But if you picture your own fridge, your own stove, your own cupboards, then you know how they open. You got fancy touch cupboards.
And since you did the homework from the last video, you've been paying attention to how you hold and use things.
Yeah.
The last one is called Object Mime Drill.
Ooh.
Now this does not mean you're miming a drill. But actually, you could. Because, the cat's food's coming down.
Cat's being fed. Don't know if you can hear it. Meow.
What you do is you get, again, typically in a circle, and you choose one type of object. For example, drinkware. So the first person will mime using drinkware. So I'll...
Ooh. It's a nice glass of soda pop.
Yeah,
it
is.
So maybe I will mime.
Ooh. She likes her brandy.
I do. Holding it very differently than he held a glass. And he didn't pop a top on it. So it was just a straw in a glass. Well, what other kind of glasses are there?
Oh,
drinkware. Drinkware.
Yes.
It's drinkware, so... Ha! Here he is. How about mine? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Oh, always during the summer.
It tastes like plastic.
All right. So you keep going around, and the point of this is everybody should come up with a different type of whatever that particular category is. Another real quick one that's really fun to watch is telephone.
Yeah.
You'll notice it depends a lot on when people were born and when they grew up. Because when I grew up, this would have been telephone.
Yeah, sometimes it was this.
For really old people or people who watch old detective movies, it might have been, oh.
Or even on the wall with the crank. How old am I? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Karen.
Aw.
People who are younger might pull out a cell phone.
Like whatever.
Some of them, if they're nerdy, will go.
Oh, yeah.
If they're more...
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
People walk down the street doing this. I don't want to hear the conversations.
I'm sorry. Hello?
One we even thought of is
Hang on.
just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good.
What? I am?
So, but I think that dress you picked out is just so ugly.
They're pants.
You really shouldn't wear those anymore.
What?
And you may be putting on a few pounds, so
What?
you may want to talk to the doctor about that. You're
Excuse me?
pregnant?
What? When did I say that?
Bluetooth.
Oh, thank goodness. Slap. So pick something that has a lot of different types in it and then see what everybody can come up with and see if their mime is clear enough that they can show what it is without having to say anything.
Yeah. So keep people to slow down, keep people to be clear and specific and consistent with their mime.
Yeah.
You'll find it will help a lot with pulling the audience into that hypnosis and getting them to suspend their disbelief so that there can be a refrigerator on stage or a dragon.
Yeah.
As long as you're miming it, they'll believe it.
And the more you practice like this, it's like swinging two bats in a cave. That way, even if, yeah, like that, then it scares all the other bats away.
Or the cats.
The cats. So it means that even if you're in an improv group that times things, it's okay. You can still, if you practice this way, your mind will still be clear, even if you have to be faster because you're timed.
In fact, in many ways, it can be even more helpful in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Because if you can be clear and concise and accurate in your mind, people will get what it is much faster. So you'll have time to build your scene or play your game, whatever you're doing.
And if you don't have a time limit, take your time.
Yeah.
All right. So we have object pass. Use what's there. Make something in the kitchen and mime object mime drill.
Object mime drill.
Yes.
So again, I'm Andy.
I'm Karen.
We have been Defiant Monkey Improv. Thank you for watching the Elements of Improv.
And you don't have to be a professional mime.
Yeah.
Just
if you can, please like, subscribe, and support us by clicking on our Venmo or on our PayPal link down in the description. You can also buy a copy of our book, The 5 Elements of Improv. Keep an eye open for our new book that'll be coming out sometime this summer, The 1 Minute Improviser. You'll like that one too.
nice and light.
Yes. So thank you for watching. We hope you got a lot out of this.
I guess
So go practice your mime and happy improvising. Happy improvising.